Nobody expected the record to fall this soon. For years, people have searched for the next sprint superstar. Every time a young athlete burst onto the scene, the comparisons started almost immediately. Some were called the next Usain Bolt. Others were labeled once-in-a-generation talents. But most of those predictions faded with time. Then came Gout Gout. The teenage sprint sensation has been turning heads ever since he first exploded onto the international athletics scene. His effortless stride, incredible speed, and calm confidence have made fans wonder if they are witnessing the beginning of something truly special. And now, reports of another astonishing performance have sent the track and field world into a frenzy. A record has fallen. Social media erupted within minutes. Athletes, coaches, and fans began sharing clips, celebrating the performance, and asking the same question. Is this the moment Gout Gout officially announces himself as the future of sprinting? But that's only part of the story. Breaking a record is one thing. Living up to the expectations that come afterward is something completely different. History is filled with young stars who looked unstoppable before facing setbacks, injuries, or the intense pressure of competing against the world's best. So what really happened during this race? How significant is this record compared to the greatest performances in sprinting history? And could Gout Gout be on a path that eventually places him alongside legends like Usain Bolt? Let's take a closer look at the remarkable performance that has everyone talking. Before Gout Gout became one of the most talked about names in track and field, he was simply a young athlete with extraordinary natural speed. Born in Australia to South Sudanese parents, he grew up far away from the traditional sprinting powerhouses that dominate global athletics. Unlike many of the biggest stars in the sport, he didn't emerge from a famous training camp or arrive with years of international attention. Instead, his rise happened so quickly that many people struggled to believe what they were seeing. The first time most fans heard his name, it wasn't because he had won a major championship. It was because videos of his races started spreading across social media. Clip after clip showed a teenager gliding down the track with an effortless stride that immediately reminded people of one athlete above all others, Usain Bolt. Those comparisons came almost instantly. It wasn't just his height or his relaxed running style. It was the way he seemed to accelerate without looking like he was pushing. While other sprinters appeared to fight every step, Gout often looked calm, almost as if he had another gear waiting to be used. That natural running style became one of the biggest talking points among athletics fans. Some believe the comparisons to Bolt were unfair. After all, Bolt is widely regarded as the greatest sprinter in history, holding world records and winning Olympic gold medals that transformed the sport forever. Comparing any teenager to a legend creates enormous pressure before they've even reached the highest level. Others argued that the excitement wasn't about claiming Gout had already matched Bolt. It was about recognizing something rare. Every generation produces talented sprinters, but only a handful possess the kind of effortless speed that makes people stop and watch. As Gout continued competing, his performances backed up the growing hype. He consistently produced impressive times against athletes much older and more experienced than himself. National records began falling. Age group milestones disappeared. Every new race generated another wave of headlines, with reporters asking the same question. Just how fast could this teenager become? Coaches also began paying closer attention. Developing elite sprinters isn't simply about raw speed. Young athletes must improve their technique, build strength, avoid injuries, and learn how to handle pressure. Many promising careers have stalled because expectations arrived faster than experience. That made Gout's progress especially fascinating. Reports from coaches and athletics observers frequently highlighted not only his physical gifts, but also his willingness to learn. Instead of chasing publicity, he continued focusing on training, refining his technique, and gradually preparing himself for bigger competitions. Then came another important change. The spotlight grew brighter. Every race was now recorded from multiple angles. Every interview appeared across sports websites. Every new performance sparked thousands of comments online. Some fans celebrated him as the future of sprinting, while others urged caution, reminding everyone that junior success doesn't always guarantee greatness at the senior level. That debate followed him into every competition. Could he continue improving? Would the pressure become overwhelming? Or was the world witnessing the beginning of something historic? Then came the race that changed everything. Before stepping onto the track, expectations were already high. Fans wanted another fast time. Coaches hoped to see continued improvement. Reporters were searching for the next headline. Very few expected a record-breaking performance. As the starting gun fired, Gout exploded from the blocks with remarkable composure. His transition through the curve looked smooth and controlled. Rather than forcing the pace early, he allowed his natural stride to build momentum. By the time he entered the final straight, something unusual was happening. The gap between him and the field was becoming impossible to ignore. Spectators realized they weren't simply watching another victory. They were witnessing one of the fastest performances ever produced by an athlete of his age. When he crossed the finish line, there was a brief moment of silence as everyone looked toward the clock. Then the time appeared. Almost instantly, excitement spread through the stadium. Within minutes, clips of the finish flooded social media. Fans praised the performance, athletics analysts began comparing it to previous records, and commentators discussed what this result could mean for the future of sprinting. But as incredible as the time itself was, the record wasn't the only reason people were talking. Sports websites highlighted the performance, track and field analysts broke down every phase of the race, and social media was flooded with side-by-side comparisons to some of the greatest sprinters in history. But one comparison stood above all the others: Usain Bolt. It almost seems impossible to mention Gout Gout without Bolt's name appearing somewhere in the conversation. The similarities are easy to understand. Both athletes possess exceptional height for elite sprinters. Both appear relaxed while running at incredible speeds. And both have the rare ability to make difficult races look almost effortless. Still, many experts have urged fans to slow down. Bolt didn't become the greatest sprinter in history because of one remarkable race. His legacy was built through years of consistency, Olympic victories, world championships, and record-breaking performances against the strongest competition imaginable. That is the journey. Every future race will now be measured against this breakthrough performance. If he wins, people will expect another record. If he finishes second, critics will question whether the hype arrived too soon. That's the difficult reality every young superstar must eventually face. History reminds us that sprinting can be unpredictable. Injuries, false starts, coaching changes, and even tiny technical adjustments can influence results by hundredths of a second. At the highest level, those hundredths often separate champions from everyone else. That is why experienced coaches rarely focus on one race. Instead, they look for long-term development. Reports from people close to Australian athletics suggest that Gout's training continues to emphasize patience rather than rushing toward immediate success. Building strength, improving starts, refining top-end speed, and protecting his health remain just as important as chasing faster times. Many fans appreciate that approach. Rather than pushing him into impossible expectations, they want to see steady progress towards senior international competition. Of course, not everyone agrees. Some believe Gout is already capable of challenging established stars. Others argue that the transition from junior success to elite championships remains one of the hardest steps in athletics. Those debates have only fueled even greater interest. Every time Gout appears on a start list, anticipation grows. Can he run even faster? Can he repeat performances under greater pressure? Can he continue improving against world-class competition? Meanwhile, fellow athletes have also begun paying attention. Elite sprinters understand that young challengers eventually become serious rivals. Every new breakthrough changes the competitive landscape. A teenager running historically fast times today could become tomorrow's medal contender at World Championships or the Olympic Games. Every champion is eventually challenged. Whether Gout ultimately becomes one of the greatest sprinters in history remains impossible to know today. But what is already clear is that he has earned something every athlete dreams of: the world's attention. Yet the biggest chapter of his story may still lie ahead. Because records can be broken, potential can become greatness. But only if the athlete continues growing when the pressure becomes greater than ever before. And that's exactly where Gout Gout's journey becomes even more fascinating. As incredible as this record-breaking performance was, perhaps the most exciting part of Gout Gout's story is that it may only represent the beginning. Unlike many established sprint champions, Gout is still in the early stages of his career. His body is continuing to develop, his technique is becoming more refined, and every major competition gives him valuable experience against stronger opposition. That means the athlete breaking records today could look very different just a few years from now. And that possibility has the athletics world paying close attention. Many experienced coaches believe that young sprinters improve not only through physical training, but also through learning how to handle pressure. Running fast in junior competitions is one challenge. producing your best performance in front of packed stadiums at World Championships or the Olympic Games is something entirely different. That mental growth often separates great athletes from legendary ones. Fortunately for Gout, many observers have noticed his calm personality. Despite the growing media attention, he has generally avoided making bold predictions or creating unnecessary headlines. Instead, he has continued focusing on training, racing, and gradually improving his performances. That maturity has impressed many people inside the sport, who understand how difficult it can be for a teenager to remain grounded while receiving worldwide attention. Still, the pressure isn't going away. Every race from this point forward will attract more cameras. Every finish time will be analyzed. Every interview will generate new discussions online. Some fans will expect another record every time he steps onto the track. Others will immediately compare every performance to Usain Bolt's achievements. Those comparisons are exciting, but they can also become dangerous. Bolt's career was extraordinary because of what he accomplished over more than a decade. He didn't simply run one incredible race. He repeatedly delivered under the biggest pressure imaginable, winning Olympic titles, World Championship gold medals, and setting records that continue to define sprinting today. Gout doesn't need to become the next Bolt. He needs to become the first Gout Gout. That may ultimately be the smartest path forward. The greatest athletes rarely spend their careers chasing someone else's legacy. Instead, they build one of their own. If Gout continues improving at his current rate, there is every reason to believe he could become one of the leading names in world sprinting. His combination of natural speed, efficient running mechanics, and youth gives him opportunities that many athletes never receive. Of course, talent alone never guarantees success. Avoiding injuries will be crucial. Choosing the right competitions will matter. Working with experienced coaches and maintaining consistent development will likely determine how far his career can go. The next few seasons could prove to be the most important of his journey. Major international championships will provide opportunities to compete against the world's fastest men. Those races will answer questions that junior records simply cannot. Can he deliver under championship pressure? Can he continue lowering his personal best? Can he challenge established world-class sprinters on the biggest stages? No one knows for certain. But one thing has already changed forever. The athletics community is no longer talking about Gout Gout as an interesting prospect. They're talking about him as a genuine future contender. That's a remarkable transformation in such a short period of time. His recent record has also brought fresh excitement to the sport itself. Track and field thrives when new stars emerge. Every generation needs athletes capable of inspiring young runners, filling stadiums, and creating unforgettable moments. Whether fans are watching from Australia, Jamaica, the United States, or anywhere else in the world, breakthrough performances remind everyone why sprinting remains one of the most thrilling events in sports. And Gout has become one of the newest faces driving that excitement. Perhaps years from now, people will look back at this race as the moment everything truly changed. The day when a gifted teenager stopped being viewed as simply another talented junior athlete and officially announced himself to the world. Maybe even the day the next great chapter in sprinting history quietly began. For now, the stopwatch has spoken. The record books have been updated. The headlines have been written. But Gout Gout's story is still far from finished. In fact, if this incredible performance is any indication, the fastest races of his life may still be waiting just beyond the next starting line. What an incredible story this has been. Whether you've been following Gout Gout since his first breakout races or you're just now discovering his remarkable talent, one thing is becoming clear. He's no longer just a promising young sprinter. He's becoming one of the most exciting athletes to watch in the entire world of track and field. Now we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe Gout Gout has what it takes to become an Olympic champion one day? Could he eventually challenge the greatest sprinters of this generation? And perhaps the biggest question of all, do you think he can build a legacy that will place his name alongside legends like Usain Bolt? Or is it still too early to make those comparisons? Share your predictions in the comments below. We read as many of your comments as possible, and your opinions always make these conversations even more interesting. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more inspiring stories about world-class athletes, record-breaking performances, and the future stars of track and field, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, today's record breaker could become tomorrow's legend. The only question now is this: Is Gout Gout witnessing the beginning of an unforgettable career, or are we watching the birth of the next global sprinting icon?